a first for my channel. You're going to have to let me know in the comments if you want more how-to stuff, or let me know in the comments if you don't. Either way, this is rear brake pads on a Challenger with Brembo brakes. Also ignore my goofy ass knee pads because I'm old with shitty knees. You're going to need to jack up the car. There is a jacking point right there. Someone has crushed mine, which is why the jack is at a little bit of an angle. Remove the wheel. And that's a pretty easy setup after that. You will also need a hammer, a punch, and a flashlight. Flashlight right there. Wheel out of the way. On these, you do not need to take the caliper off the rotor. So, that was the first time. I've never had brembos before. And sorry, I'm trying to do this like a left-handed person so the camera can still see what I'm doing. I might actually have to block your view. But you need a punch, a hammer. Bigger hammer might make it go a little faster. Unfortunately, I've got this or a sledge, so I'm going to tap with the little one to not hurt anything. There's 2 pins. There we go. I watched a video where somebody also said pliers. There's this piece here holds these pins under pressure, so if you relieve the pressure with your fingers, you don't need the pliers. You will need, and I think about it, something to pry the pads back a little bit to get the new ones in. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get it apart first. Okay. Them off. Ideally to pry them apart, flathead screwdriver. You know what? I do have a big flathead. Mine might be too big, so I'm grabbing other things just in case. Yeah, mine's too big. Of course. Don't do that. Okay. You know what? Well, I actually just moved it enough to get the inner out. Probably gonna have to move it a little more. You know, now we can get on the piston. All right. That works. Everything is in good working order. It will not fight you that much. There. Old pads out. Mine were actually not horrible. I had what I thought was metal on metal or rivets on metal. Turns out it was a pebble stuck between my pad and my rotor. But I've already got it apart. Already got the new pads. kind of no point to putting it back together with the old stuff. I am using, let me get you the part number here. I am using PowerStop Evolution Z16-1053. They are ceramic. They're supposed to be quiet and make less brake dust. And this is probably the PowerStop part number 202-11101. This is a Scat Pack 1320. I don't know if that is potentially different on a regular Scat Pack or a Hellcat. The power stops only have the feeler on one of the two pads. I'm going to put that on the outside, but the pads are otherwise identical. The stock ones had it on both sides, so like that's your preference. There we go. Now we are in. All right. Get these pins, which are behind the camera. Okay. If my body was blocking it, and here's a good chance to see, I got this flashlight aimed at it, so the pads come right out the open hole once you pull the pins. Do not lose the pins or this piece, because this is what holds the pins in tight when they're in there. It is a 4-pot caliper, so you will have to pry the pistons back for the new pads to have enough space to fit. Well, you saw me bust my hand trying to do it generically. I ended up doing it with one of the old pads, and it works. You will not need the punch to go back together. You will need the hammer. And I'm going to probably have to get on the ground for this part. This is why you see me in knee pads. Because I'm old and this shit hurts. While I'm at it, I don't usually do talking head portions. With the drag racing videos, do you want talking head portions explaining stuff? Do you want to keep seeing it the way it is now? Let me know in the comments, either way. Also, shout out to Cletus McFarland, wearing his merch, and the man managed to make me give a crap about NASCAR for the first time in 20 years. Amazing content. You're not already watching his stuff. You should be. Yeah, I'm right-handed, laying on my right shoulder. So. All right. That one is in. I'm going to do the other pin right here. Bend this piece back with your thumb. Pin is on it. And through. Not lined up on this side yet. I need to move my light for a second so I can see. There we go. That is in. All right. I did not measure it, but when you have these pins all the way in, you will have, I don't know, maybe half the width of a dime sticking out on this side. And okay, the back side has a flat piece like the top of a nail head, so that will be 100% flush with the back of the rotor. Anyway, that is it. Put the wheel back on, lower the jack. Remember, before you drive anywhere, because you shove the pistons back in the calipers, you will have to pump your brake pedal up one time to have brakes. That does not mean pump it once. That means pump it until you have a pedal, but you only have to do that once, and then you'll be fine. I hope that makes sense. All right. Yep. It's kind of nice because if you're new to brake jobs, usually you would have to take the caliper off the rotor to get the pads in and out. So I would assume this is more aligned with racing applications, but it's nice and convenient. I don't know if this is really a thing. I was always taught when doing lug nuts, star pattern. I don't know. I don't actually know if there's truth to it, but it's the way I was taught to do it, so I'm going to continue to do it that way. Anyway, start them all by finger. You don't want to cross thread anything. And while this takes a couple extra seconds, it's a lot better than having to replace a lug stud. Anyway, I think my knee is probably blocking the camera. Apologies. And there's always one that doesn't want to go. There we go. Now, ready with the gun. You are. Make sure it's on tighten. I get them all snug before I actually get them tight. I also do that in a car. Done. Get the car back on the ground. That's it. I did the other side before I thought to film it, but at any rate, obviously you would do both sides, and that is literally it if all you're having to do is pads. Anyway, thank you for checking out my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely on the stuff I'm asking about. Like, I don't know if you guys want to see this kind of stuff. Or you want me to stick with just racing. I don't know if you want talking head portions with the racing. Let me know. Either way, please. Have a great day.